Hello and welcome to Horrible Horror, where I put my life on the line for your entertainment. Everybody knows Jason Voorhees. Even if they haven't actually seen any of the movies, except maybe for the recent remake, or even if they don't know that the series he originated from is really called Friday the 13th, everyone knows the image of the hulking maniac in the hockey mask. Though why he is always portrayed with a chainsaw in popular culture when he never actually used one in any of the movies is beyond me. Regardless, Jason is a big culture and icon, and he has stuck with us for almost 30 years now. What people who don't know the series don't really know is that it was never intended to last as long as 12 movies as it is at the moment. That is, if you count the remake and Freddy vs. Jason. The fourth movie in the series was actually called The Final Chapter and was intended to kill off Jason for good. And even though they brought him back, even the ninth movie, Jason Goes to Hell, had the secondary title The Final Friday. So that's twice they've tried to kill him off, but much like in the movies, he keeps coming back. If you were to ask me, I'd definitely say the first 4 movies were the best, and that if you watch them back to back, you'll find yourself watching one awesome 6-hour-long slasher flick that so wonderfully sets up the character and his legacy. From how he presumably drowned as a child and watched his mother be decapitated when trying to exact revenge for it, to him putting on that burlap sack and starting to kill off those who invaded his home, to finding the trademark hockey mask we all know and love in the third movie, to finally getting his freaking head nearly sliced in half by Tommy Jarvis, played by Corey Feldman by the way, in the fourth movie. It's one long, wonderful saga. But seriously, who would want to keep a cash cow like that dead? Paramount sure didn't when they owned the rights to the series, so only a year after it had supposedly ended in the fourth movie, horror fans were treated to Friday the 13th Part 5 A New Beginning. And they would soon feel the purest of all horror running through their souls, though for all the wrong reasons. Why? Let's put this in and find out why, shall we? We start off seeing someone persistently walking through the forest during a quite heavy rainstorm, headed towards a grave that turns out to be that of Jason Voorhees, as very clearly stated on the tombstone. We then see a bunch of flashlights, and the boy hides to see 2 idiots run in there and dig up the grave. Because digging open graves is the funniest thing you can think of on a rainy night, right? So they finally get the grave open and seem pretty horrified at the sight of Jason's corpse when suddenly... Okay, who the hell arranged for him to be buried complete with hockey mask and machete? Jason slowly steps towards the hiding Tommy, staring at him ominously from the other side of the bushes. And Tommy is apparently completely helpless as he refuses to run and get the hell out of there. Or so we thought. It was really all just a nightmare of a now adult Tommy. Apparently he has been living at a mental facility for the young, and he is being driven somewhere by his caretakers. He is not particularly happy about this, it seems.
Tommy? Hey. No? Beautiful. Sit there, I don't give a shit.
Mental health care at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have much luck getting him out of the car, but when the blonde female assistant manager tries to do the same, it seems to work.
Well, if you'd like to grab your things, I'll take you in to meet the doctor, okay?
Yeah, well, okay. But only because you have boobs. She takes Tommy inside and he quickly settles into his room. Oh no, it's a spider! A giggling spider! No, it's Reggie, the resident black kid who just pulled a prank.
They call me Reggie the Reckless. No spider would scare me.
No, but apparently aliens do the trick just fine. Especially the kind that have vaginas in their foreheads. I'm serious actually, those are mean, mean bastards. Tommy shows him all the masks he made as a kid and Reggie seems quite impressed about it. But then he runs off when he hears police sirens. What? Oh come on, he just wanted to see what was going on. Racist bastards. Anyway, it turns out the sheriff came by to drop off 2 of the kids that had been found screwing around in one of the locals' yards. But of course said locals have to actually drop by themselves to complain.
I'm gonna do the talking, you keep quiet.
Morning, Ethel. Hi, don't you look lovely today?
Poor shit.
Well, at least she's honest about herself. Ethel's less than happy about the loony bin as she calls it and wants it closed down. And her loony son agrees.
Would you shut the fuck up?
Like hell I will! Fuck you! Be happy I even care to mention your sorry ass! She makes a couple of death threats to the kids and to the sheriff without being put in her place at all and finally drives off.
Okay, people, come on, let's go. The party's over.
We then cut to this Paul Bunyan wannabe chopping some wood and Joey, who seems to really want to help people out. But he messes up the laundry with his chocolate bar and then sets his sights on the buff guy with the axe. Oh yeah, this is gonna end well. So Joey offers his help, he's told to piss off, and he tries to make amends by offering the other guy a chocolate bar, with less than good results.
And later on when you're hungry, you can have it. Well, if that's the way you feel, forget it, Vic. Just forget it. But I think you're really out of line.
What the hell just happened? I mean, I've seen this movie before and I still have no idea what the hell that is about. I like to imagine that Vic just thought chopping up the first chocolate bar was so fun he wanted to try the second one and Joey just happened to be in the way of his axe. But I mean, Jesus, overreacting much? It does raise the question though.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Anyway, the hospital workers come to pick Joey's body up and one seems particularly shocked that he's actually seeing a patient dead from injuries in his line of work. We then cut to these two random idiots whose car is broken down, which clearly displeases one of them.
You are an asshole. Oh, what's the matter, Vinny? You scared of the dark? You all creeped out by that murder at the nut house?
Oh yeah, sure. Look, as far as I'm concerned, all those loonies should be killed off one by one.
No! In a Friday the 13th movie? Ah, surely you jest. So one of them randomly walks off to take a shit in the forest and seems to go to great lengths to get as far away from the road as humanly possible to do so. Just watch. I mean, really. Well, at least he found somewhere to go number 2. Back at the car, the other dude has a flare jabbed in his mouth and when his pal returns he seems oblivious to the fact that no one is around, until he has his throat slit from the back seat. Can someone explain to me what is wrong with these two morons? How could he actually think his friend would come back from the opposite side of the road with a flare in his hand? And how did the other guy not wonder at all where the hell his friend was? And just one thing, honestly. Of all the ways they could kill these two characters off, a flare in the mouth? Really? How is that supposed to work? Who the hell came up with that? Who wrote this scene? It's pointless, goddammit! Back at Pinehurst, Reggie is helping setting the breakfast table. Reggie asks his grandpa if he can visit his brother, something that Gramps isn't too happy about, which upsets Reggie. And triggers a pretty strange moment between the two.
Hey, come here, Reggie the Reckless.
Do me a favor. Don't kiss me when there's people around, okay?
Yeah, Gramps, save that stuff for when you're in private. Or in jail, you dirty old man. Ugh.